Hey everybody, Dr. Borlotti back. This time I'm going to talk to you about starting the groundwork for our next essay, which is going to be an essay dealing with persuading me to your particular point of view on a topic of your choice. Now, to get going, we need to start talking about these different persuasive styles. Logos, pathos, and ethos. Logos, pathos, and ethos. Logos, pathos, ethos. Basically, what these things are, these are the tools that you use when you're trying to persuade somebody to your point of view. And we're going to be talking about logos first. Now, logos should look like a word, a familiar word to you that we have in English. These words, logos, pathos, and ethos, it comes from the Greeks. These are Greek words. But we still get some modern day English words from these Greek words. Logos, I don't mean like a product logo, like Nike or a logo for a cell phone. No, this means logic. And logic is the use of, over here, statistics, authority, numbers, studies, stuff like that. Okay? Numbers don't lie. You're trying to persuade me to a particular point of view, your particular point of view. If you give me statistics, then that will help you persuade me to believe what you're saying is true. For example, if I were to say to you, and I'm making up these numbers, that anyone who starts smoking cigarettes at the age of 18 and smokes one pack a week for the next 30 years, by the time that person's 50 years old, he or she will have a 75% chance of developing some type of tobacco-related cancer. Once again, I made up those statistics. The logical conclusion is these numbers are so high that your chances are getting cancer are really good. The logical conclusion is don't smoke. It causes cancer. So numbers help you come up with a logical conclusion. That's basically what I want you to remember about logos. We'll talk about pathos and ethos another time. But for right now, here's what I want you guys to do to get your feet wet with working with logos. What I would like you to do is go out to a news source. Once again, CNN, ABC News, Fox News, whatever, and look up any article on any topic. The topic that you're choosing for this assignment does not have to be the topic you eventually write your essay on. This is just practice. If you come across an article that you do want to do an essay on, that's something else. We'll talk about that later. But for right now, just go out on the internet, choose a news article from a news source. My example here is from CNN. And then do the MLA documentation, which is going to go at the top of the page. And then choose something that's short, but also make sure you choose something that's got numbers and statistics in it. Okay? Because that is important when we're dealing with logos, numbers and statistics. Okay? Read the article and then summarize the article in your own words, making sure that you grab some of the numbers and statistics that you can repeat in your summary paragraph. This assignment is 2 paragraphs long. The first paragraph is your summary. The second paragraph is going to be your opinion, in which you state your conclusion about what you read. So this first paragraph here, summarize the article in your own words. This paragraph down here is your opinion, your outlook. So this is from CNN, It was written on October 12th, and I got it on October 12th. And it reads, a record 4.3 million people quit their jobs in August. About 2.9% of the workforce quit in August, and that's up from 2.7% in July. That marks the highest quit rate since the report began in late 2000. Experts say that during the pandemic, many laid off workers got used to not having a job and living on unemployment. Once the pandemic eased up, when people went back to work, many were suddenly dissatisfied with their jobs. Workers started demanding higher pay, better working conditions, and more flexible arrangements. When they didn't get it, many people quit. Companies continue to have an ongoing problem with serious worker shortage. Statistics show the worker shortage was even worse than realized this past summer. Employers, including factories, trucking companies, restaurants, construction firms, and schools, are having a hard time finding workers. That's the summary paragraph. Now on to your opinion paragraph. The logical deduction. That's his logos. You're going to be talking about logic. I'm sorry, I had to answer the phone. Okay. The logical deduction, remember that's logos, is that thanks to the pandemic, workers have discovered they have bargaining power and they can obtain a reasonable wage. They have influence over the shape of their own working conditions. They are willing to quit jobs they don't like and look for new ones. And this shift is not merely centered on simple economics, but a broader reassessment around quality of life and purpose. Logic tells us that in the long run, this kind of worker awareness will be a positive thing, allowing more people to find satisfaction in their careers and for businesses to have happier employees. But logic also says that in the short run, the worker shortage will continue to complicate the reopening of the global economy. So from this one article, the writer of this can determine two things. Logically, this is a good thing, but also logically, in the short run, it is a bad thing. So what you have to do is find an article from which you can draw a logical conclusion.